Okay, welcome everyone. This is podcast number 3, official. We have a really interesting topic this week, and we're going to talk about conspiracy theories. We've got Spax and
Hey, how we doing?
SDMC Moss, and of course a regular fixture, Mr. Sittling Budgie, who is
Hello.
Well,
He's just
I'm a
got the
regular.
best name
Why
ever.
did I get announced as a regular?
well, I don't think I could ever call you regular. I think you're
That's favorite,
extraordinary.
You haven't got
Nah,
the right level of aura.
Oh
extraordinary.
yes, he's always aura hunting this guy.
Yeah.
Gotta bring it out. So yeah, conspiracy theories. Before we kick off, we're going to come up with a list of conspiracy theories that are still outstanding, but it has to be said. A lot of conspiracy theories that were like the tinfoil hat wearing crazy talk of the 90s and early 2000s have all been proven to be absolutely true and correct. So we're running out of conspiracy theories. There might be a conspiracy theory
All
shortage in the world.
confirmed. 9/11 confirmed.
Yes, well, some examples. So we've got the Dead Baby Project. This is where the government were stealing dead babies and children to
Is this
to
sacrificing them?
no, they were testing out the effects of nuclear fallout, so they're taking them from Hiroshima and Nagasaki. US government actually commenced a major study and started stealing dead babies. Have now admitted that they were doing that. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
it's
That's
pretty.
a hard trade to get into.
It's pretty grim, innit? I don't know what they were doing, but yeah.
It's
So
not
they did.
exactly a
did-
typical 9 to 5, is it?
They did do that. The bad booze
Too
conspiracy.
much travel time.
The government, the US government, has just absolutely admitted that during Prohibition, the government were poisoning alcohol, and releasing it onto the black market to put people off drinking.
So
So that was a conspiracy theory up until recently, and that's been admitted.
that explains your 2-week hangover.
It does a little bit of that, and the fact that I'm far too old for this shit. I'm very Danny Glover. We've got the First Lady who ran the country. There was always a conspiracy that the First Lady was actually running the country and the President was just a front man. When Woodrow
But she was
Wilson
knackered, all that running.
ran the country. Yes, love it. Oh, I love it. When Woodrow Wilson had a stroke, his wife did actually run the United States of America, an unelected official, but she did it. MK Ultra.
Hang on a minute, but England have had unelected people run the country for the last 10 years.
Well, that's just more. Yeah. You're not allowed to say that on the internet, mate. Not in this country, right? You're not allowed to say anything bad about Keir Starmer on the internet in this country.
You can't even mention his name at the minute.
You can't do it.
You're
We've-
going to have police come around your house soon. Right.
MK Ultra. MK Ultra was a total. Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. That's not true. We would never do that. You know what MK Ultra is? Where the CIA were testing LSD and other hallucinogenic drugs on Americans in a top
I read
secret
that
experiment.
yesterday, actually. I read that
Behavior
yesterday.
modification and mind control. Right?
Mhm.
And that's true, so they've admitted that. The Dalai Lama's impressive salary. Did you know the Dalai Lama gets paid $180,000 a year to be the Dalai Lama? Everyone thought he was a spiritual leader.
No, I didn't know that.
The conspiracy is, do you know who he's paid by?
Taxpayers.
The CIA.
Oh, the CIA.
Yeah.
Everything always dials down to the CIA. Did
So-
you know that during World War II, America employed about 1,000 Nazi scientists to help them out to improve their infrastructure and basically future science, like,
It's absolute
going to
madness, mate.
space and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's like turn around and be like, ah, yes, you guys are racist.
So
But you're employed.
the reason that they pay the Dalai Lama is to disrupt and hamper China's infrastructure, because he's the spiritual leader of the Tibetan monks, isn't he? So, yeah, so the CIA pay him, he's a CIA agent. John Lennon was under government surveillance when he was murdered.
Ah, good old John Lennon.
Yeah, so the FBI admitted it was actually spying on the former Beatle, and he was under surveillance when he was murdered. Which is I'm not saying they shot him,
Aren't we all
not
under
saying they killed him,
surveillance, really?
but whatever. Well, that's it. The next one is the government is spying on you, With advances in technology, the government is using vast resources to track citizens. In
Oh, they,
2016,
It's
government...
called Big Brother. It's called Big Brother, isn't it?
So in 2016, there was a landmark revelation that there were Facebook, Google, Apple, the EFF, the
Pigeons.
Electronic Frontier Foundation,
Goddamn
spying
pigeons.
Well, but we all know birds aren't real. That's it's the best conspiracy theory ever. It's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
just
no,
yet
that
to
that
read your mail,
particular one.
look in your windows, that sort of thing. I think. Is that right? I don't know.
Slowly closes blind with suspense.
Yeah. Big Tobacco always knew that cigarettes cause cancer. So it wasn't proven until the 1950s. But it took until the late 1990s for the cigarette companies to actually even admit that smoking caused cancer. But
People still don't care, though. I mean, you
No.
could have heavy smokers nowadays, and they're sitting there smoking, and it's like, that causes cancer. They're just like, yeah. they don't care. They're like, oh, well, I've been smoking for 30 years. What makes a difference?
The Gulf of Tonkin incident in August 2nd, 1964 was entirely fake. It was a fake battle to provoke a real war, and it provoked American support for the war in Vietnam. But it was absolute nonsense.
That war went well.
It was a, what do you call it? It was a false flag. So they made a false flag operation to convince people to go into a war that they lost. America!
Make
Unbelievable.
America great again.
Alright, 3 more. There is alien evidence in the American Southwest. This is a good one. So the conspiracy is that the ET is buried in the desert of New Mexico. The truth, and this one is real, the Atari video game E.T. the Extraterrestrial failed so miserably that the company buried unsold cartridges in a desert landfill. And that, I reckon, that was their reason for saying that they admitted that there was E.T. buried in the desert. That's, yeah, take that one with a pinch of salt. Canada tried to develop gaydar. Let that one sink in.
They tried to develop gaydar.
The Canadian government was so paranoid about homosexuality that it developed a gaydar machine in the
Why couldn't they
1960s.
just borrow the one that Russia has?
Do they have a gaydar? Do they?
They hate gays.
I don't know, man. Vladimir Putin rides around on a horse with no shirt on far too often to be straight.
Well, have
Yeah,
you not
but
seen those
called
videos of
masculinity.
LGBTQ people on that little ATV riding down the street? They flying the flag and everything, and they just get absolutely stampeded by a load of Russian civilians just come running over and start beating the hell out of them.
It's completely outrageous.
The thing is, the Canadian government used it to exclude off fire more than 400 civil servants because they failed the gaydar test. Fantastic. Illuminati and the US government.
What does the test say? Because to be honest with you, there's a fine line, isn't there, between straight and gay these days to fail a gaydar.
I think there's a very
slightly camp, or you could be. I mean, do they go deep down into the brain to see
Just
if
who
you're
go deep
sexually
into who?
turned off by a man? No, I don't know who goes deep into anyone.
Well,
but
if you go even a
'cause
little
you can
bit,
turn around and
no,
people
no,
say,
no, come on.
that's Fax is nice. He's a nice guy. Is he gay? It's like,
Is there
no, he's not
something you
gay.
want to tell us, mate?
There's nothing I want to tell you. I'm just curious, not that kind of curious, but
Oh shit!
but
Oh dear.
how how deep do they really because how hard could it be
Stop
to just
saying
set put a woman there with her breasts out, right, and then a man there
If you even
with his
glance
penis
at
out,
if you glance at the
and
sausage,
just trying to find out where the attention goes to.
you could do eye tracking. That would work. You could do that.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, he's either looking at the woman thinking, "Oh my god, I would," or he's looking at the man thinking, "His dick's bigger than mine."
That could happen. People would do that, wouldn't they?
So,
They would.
yeah,
They would look at it and go,
100%,
"Fuck."
100%.
Men are
Yeah,
competitive, man. Yeah, men are
Yes.
competitive.
Yeah,
Right. Anyway, the last one that came to be true: the Illuminati and the U.S. government. So the conspiracy is that the secret society that rules the world, the Illuminati and the U.S. National Security Agency, are in cahoots. And the link does in fact exist. Of course, that link is actually incredibly hard to track these days. But there is huge I don't know how to say it, parallels between the people that were in the original Illuminati, because the Illuminati does exist, it's a thing. Whether it has the sway and the influence in the world, that's what they always say is the conspiracy. But the familial links between the people who've done it. Do you know every single president in the United States' history are all related to each other? Every single one, apart from one guy.
Is that
And
Trump?
no, it's some other random guy. Trump's a distant cousin of someone. But this one guy was total wild card, not related to the rest of them. It was way back at the very, like, one of the first 5 or 6. And every single one of those people who are related are the descendants of a king of England. John of something. Can't remember. But yeah, so like, it's weird. But you know, genetics can be dodgy. So those are all the ones that I can say are definitely true. Right? And that's proven now, and it's been admitted. Like the MK Ultra and the dead baby thing, and you know, spiking booze and the prohibition to make people think that it's bad for you. Poisoning their own public. Interesting. A lot of them seem to do happen in America. Whether or not that's a sign of something, I don't know. But yeah, the United Kingdom has some. And I'll tell you, one of my favourite ones from the United Kingdom is that the royal family are lizards.
They are lizards.
Yeah, well, you've seen it. You know, should we have a little? Let's have a little ride around, and then we're going to do a playlist, I believe. So I'm sat on this hill for a while.
I like the hill. I like
The hill.
view.
It's nice sunset, mate. Look at that. Look at that. I believe this game's going to be gone soon, and we're going to be
Yeah.
riding around a completely different map. But yeah, so what's that giveaway? The royal family of lizards. How much do you know about that one then?
So, you know, it's little things. The royal family, according to the theory, the British royal family is a prominent bloodline of these reptilian humanoids. They are believed to be part of an ancient lineage that have secretly controlled humanity for thousands of years. So brainwashing. I have seen some videos on YouTube, I don't know how true they are, where they've sort of, their eyes, they blink sideways or something. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
no, I've seen
it's-
some crazy videos where people are just blinking and it looks like they've got little slits on the side of their nose and shit, but you just
does.
don't know if the video's been
And it's not just the royal family that's targeted.
No.
We're talking Elon Musk. We're talking
Something weird about
Zuckerberg.
it. There is something weird about him too.
Zuckerberg is so inhuman. Like
Yeah.
if you watch some of it, it's just the guy doesn't blink. He's just so
Not even sideways.
yeah. Not even sideways.
Yeah.
Like I don't. Maybe he's just an android. I don't know.
Apparently he's into like jiu-jitsu and shit now. He's like a
No, he is a fighter. He is
Yeah.
a fighter.
It's an interesting thing to do with your time if you're absolutely minted.
You're rich. I couldn't think of anything better to do than to kick
Just
butt.
get some sweaty bloke and sitting on your neck like
Yeah,
for
yeah.
about an hour a day. Just that's what they do. They're like cuddling and getting all ugh. No, not for me that.
But if it comes true, they turn around and be like, yeah, okay, you got us. We are reptilians. Well,
they're not
what
gonna
are
do
we
that.
going to do about it? What
What's
are we
the-
going to do about it? We're
I
not
don't
doing anything
know.
about it.
The British royal family is an interesting one because technically they've got all this power, but they don't use it. Now,
They don't
technically
have-
they've got all
yeah.
this influence, but they don't use it. It's like, what do they actually
They
friggin'
could.
do? Yeah, like
Well, they bring in the money, don't they?
they're
bring
more.
in the
They've
money.
got to be more to it than just tourism.
They're just it is just tourism. Although
they're
they
like-
do have the power to walk into Parliament and just basically be like, nah, get out. I'm in charge now.
Dissolve it.
They do have the power to do that.
I don't understand if they
that?
do have the power to do that, because didn't like the whole battle for independence in Britain, like the Oliver Cromwell thing, the monarchy's not God and all that sort of stuff, the writing of the Magna Carta, the statute of the people and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
We put monarchies in their box instead of like cutting their heads off like the French did. You know, French cut
Yes.
their monarchies' heads off. The Russians were all murdered.
Yeah, it
You
was
know.
thanks to our royal family that the French got killed. They fled to England.
Well, and they just dubbed them in.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they just wouldn't let them in.
Oh, that's
They were
brutal.
knocking on the door. They're like, Monsieur, Monsieur, yeah, after a kiss. It's like, no.
Fuck off. Yeah, so they should shave their armpits, shouldn't they? You know what I mean?
That's their fault. They're not more German. But our royal family's German. We haven't actually got a British royal family, so that's interesting.
There's a conspiracy theorist that Elizabeth I was in fact a man, and that she was due to be Elizabeth I was supposed to be in line for the throne, and there was a rumor by even back then that she died as a child, and they replaced her with a lookalike who was a young boy, and he was like a puppet king, but he was the queen. He's dressed as the queen. You know, have you ever seen pictures of Elizabeth I paintings and everything? She's a weird looking thing. Hairline's way back.
They do their best to try and keep that Adam's apple out, don't they?
She never got married. She refused to have children. She never produced, obviously, you know, that the conspiracy was. Obviously, I don't think it's possible to prove it, but she was replaced with a man, and it was like, but he was the first drag queen.
They could have faked it a little bit better. Maybe, you know, she or he could impregnate someone, put a pillow up there, claim.
Take the baby, kill the peasant.
Take the baby, and then cut her own stomach open, put the baby inside.
Oh, man. I don't think you need to do that bit.
You just gotta make it graphical and believable.
Yeah, no. It's pretty weird.
Well, you know, if they had AI these days would sort that out.
So if the royal family were lizards, what would be the good, like, what would be the point? I don't get it. I don't get this one. I think it's a weird one.
But what, I mean, I've seen lizards in a zoo. They don't look smart. If we're talking, if they're lizards, are they aliens? Are we talking lizards from a different planet, or were they here before we were here?
Well, it depends.
What
That's like saying, if an immigrant comes to Britain from somewhere else, right, and has a baby, you don't say it's baby's an immigrant. So if an alien comes here from another planet and say these lizard things have been around hundreds of years, and they have babies and they're born here, they're not aliens anymore, are they?
No,
they're like Earthlings, but they're not human. Do you see what I mean?
It's the shape. Yeah, it's the shapeshift of society. I think any one of us could be lizards.
I think that might be why all this talk about aliens and stuff like that, all these different races, it lends to quite a lot of the conspiracies that are massive now. So the biggest one is the whole Antarctica thing. So you cannot legally travel. You can't even technically physically travel beneath the 60th parallel south towards Antarctica. The reason that they give is that this area is cordoned off for not sexual.
Sexual.
I don't know where that came
You
from.
may not come to Antarctica. Too many people are being raped.
Scientific is what I'm supposed to say. I don't know how that happened. Yeah.
Imagine your science teacher making that mistake. Right, class, today we are having a sexual
fucking up.
time.
So yeah, so that apparently that whole area is cordoned off for scientific research, right? All of the nations in the world are all conducting scientific research on Antarctica, which is apparently an absolutely frozen landmass. It's because there's a continent beneath the ice.
They are drilling. They are drilling.
There is a landmass beneath the ice in Antarctica. In the North Pole, there's not. It's just ice. In the South Pole, it's land. Antarctica is a continent of land underneath the ice. So, if that's the case, right, what are they conducting science on that's so important that's just a mile or two? They can't even get a mile or two beneath the ice, can they? Unless they're drilling, like, you know what I mean?
They are drilling. But they're drilling in different sections.
But they say they're just doing...
I tell you what they're looking for.
Ice core samples and stuff like that.
They're looking for the alien ship that crash landed many years ago. Or,
well, it could be that they actually... It could be a base there. They could be doing science with the aliens, which aren't aliens anymore because they were born here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
What's that Greek... Is it Greek? That place that exists but doesn't exist?
Atlantis?
It's like Atlantis.
Yeah, it wasn't Greece. It wasn't Greek. It was Atlantia.
Wow.
It was its own empire. It was supposed to be a global empire, which just crumbled because the
there you go. Maybe
continent
that's where
sunk into the sea. I think it could have shifted to the South
Got
Pole.
frozen over.
There is a theory that Atlantis was shifted to the South Pole in a massive sudden land shift, like continental shift. So there could be, like, all the high technology and stuff could be based on research. Now, But you can't go there. You're not allowed to go there. If you get in a plane and try and
Can't
fly
stop
down
me.
there, they will still shoot you down.
I'll swim.
They'll shoot you down.
I'll swim.
They'll stop anyone who
And
tries
then
to go
you'll
there.
slowly freeze. Well, you won't slowly. You'll
Very
instantly
quickly
freeze to death because of how
It's
cold
all
it is.
no freezing is all in the mind.
Now, there's
I'm
another
pretty
thing.
sure it's not.
I think Happy Thoughts. What's that ice guy? What's that guy? There's a guy that just walks
What?
into frozen water, doesn't he? And he just does breathing and he's fine. What's his name? The Iceman.
Is he from Norway?
He might be. Yeah,
He's definitely from Norway, isn't he?
he's from one of them countries.
I think
Norway,
that's like
Iceland.
It's
they
it's gotta
do
be
it
Baltic,
in
Baltic.
Switzerland. I think it is.
They're pretty impressive.
They do like those. It might be Switzerland. I could be wrong, but they have like those little ice baths.
Do we know anyone who's been to
Where's-
Sweden?
Yes, we do actually.
Yeah.
Ross, you've been to Sweden, haven't you?
When you went to Sweden, did you go in any frozen water? Did you?
He was like, I had a cold shower, if that counts.
I went in the summer. Oh, damn it! It's not convenient for this
Do
conversation.
they what temperatures do their summers go up to?
It's always nice day then. It's pretty decent.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, they're pretty close to our climate. They just get harsher winters because they're right next to the Russian steppe. Everything comes down from there. But yeah, that's yeah, the Swedish, interesting people. Apparently in Sweden, the girls flirt more openly with the boys than in other countries. If a Swedish girl thinks you're fit, she'll just tell you. Is that
I don't
true?
know how I feel about that.
Apparently they'll just walk up and pinch a guy's arse, tell him he's
No.
cute and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't want that.
They're the
I would
ones that
rather
are
them-
forward in their
I'd rather-
society.
Yeah, no, I'd rather them just
Sure.
stare at me from a distance. Don't make it awkward.
Pretend to be shy and play hard to get.
Don't make
Well,
it.
surely
because-
it'd be more awkward if you're just having a weird staring contest with each other.
Well,
So-
no, because imagine how would you? I don't know. Because say obviously I'm getting married soon. If I go there with my partner and we just sat there at a table, and then,
Yeah, but say you weren't even in a relationship, like you were completely single, no marriage off the books, and the girl came up to you in Sweden, and she
Yeah.
was like, "I think you're fit," gives you a pinch of the arse, slap her around the face. And off
I
you go.
I would think she was a man, transgender, straight out the bat. That confidence is male-ish.
That's why you got to do a pat check.
You gotta do it. You
Fact
gotta
check. You can't go
No.
around just patting people's
No.
fronts.
you gotta pull
Well,
out
if
your.
you're that
you gotta pull out.
concerned that a bloke's hitting
Okay.
you
All
got
right.
to
Tell you
do
what.
that.
Tell you what. I will accept that if they come up to me, pinch my ass, and say you're fit. That's fair enough. If I were to, not that I would ever have that kind of confidence, but if a man were to do that to them, are they going to turn around and go, "That's sexual abuse"?
Probably because women don't miss an opportunity to be a victim. Like
Well, gee, you're right. That's a conversation for another time.
Yeah.
oh dear.
Damn.
This
But,
nah, it might not be true.
I
Might not
can't say he's.
That might
it's
not be true.
You just gotta
all
take
women are
out-
like that.
You just gotta take out your Canadian gaydar machine, give it a quick scan, and say like, there we go. It's not a drag queen. It's all right. That she must just have like very masculine looking hands, and then go
Yeah,
for
yeah.
it. Take a deep breath and jump in with both feet.
Yeah, but it depends. Like if you're that kind of person in a relationship where you like to be taken advantage of, like playing the what's it called? Where you're
Submissive?
if you want to be submissive in that.
Oh,
kind
why is Cook called
Yeah.
Alan not on? Damn it, we could have asked him.
Wait, is he submissive? Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, it's a perfect example.
He's supposed to be here today, everyone. We'll get him on the next podcast, hopefully. But yeah, he was. He'd tell you. He's got a very bossy other half.
There's
I'm sure.
We've all got bossy other halves.
Ah, no, mate. No.
Well, actually, no. My other half is not bossy. She's amazing.
You just realised he's going on the
You
internet.
just say that, yeah.
Yeah, she has access to YouTube.
That's absolute.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting read
All right.
of the vows of the wedding.
That is
Can
not
we,
gonna get clipped.
Can we
Oh.
pull in at the pier? And then I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
we're going to start a playlist,
Start
yeah?
players. I think you forgot where the pier was.
Yeah. Pier's over here, mate.
Well,
Oh, I thought we were going up from the actual entrance.
yeah,
to
that
it.
would make sense, but like we're not.
You could do that if you wanted it to. Like,
Well,
but
we're
but-
how are we gonna get out there?
it's just right here. Like,
Yeah, that's what we're doing. So anyway, so I'm gonna bring up one of my. It's quite a recent thing that's
Hang
kind
on.
of going about.
have we decided that the British family, royal family, are all lizards or not?
I don't believe they are.
I
It's fiction. I think it's fiction.
you think it's fiction? I think I just think lizards seems like an obvious choice. What are their like secret like pandas or something?
Pandas would be so much better, wouldn't it?
You know.
I think it's
Well, if
because they're
pandas.
posh. I think it's because they're posh and they've got that stiff upper lip thing and don't show emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just.
But
come
if we
from
were
that.
going to
I
end
think
it
it's
on that,
nonsense,
I can
you know.
say, taking a paragraph on the internet, there is no credible scientific or historical evidence to support the claim that the royal family or any other human beings are reptilian humanoids. This belief is widely considered a conspiracy theory and has been criticized for its. I cannot pronounce that word, so I'm going to skip that. Nature and for often incorporating anti-Semitic tropes as the idea
Anti-Semitic?
a secret. That's what it says.
What's it
As
got to
the
do with
idea
Jewish
a
people?
Everything's got to do with Jewish people.
Apparently.
A secret capable of lizards is sometimes used as a substitute for anti-Semitic conspiracy theories about Jewish people secretly controlling the world.
Now that's
Which,
made me.
as we all know, that
sorry.
takes us to the Rothschilds, which
That's
we
made me
clearly
very
know
suspicious. That's made me very
You know.
suspicious. Now I think it's true.
Yeah.
If they've tried to deflect
everyone
it by
tries
going,
to turn the blame to
as
Jewish
soon,
people, don't
as,
they?
no, as
They
soon as you
always
go,
turn the blame.
it's the ultimate shutdown, isn't it? As soon as you go, that's anti-Semitic, even though there's nothing even slightly Jewish about the royal family. As soon as they go, that's anti-Semitic, you go, well, it's just such a common deflection tactic. So now I think that Prince Charles is a fucking crocodile. That's literally, that's got me convinced. That's
he's a
pushed me the other
crocodile.
way. That's pushed me the other way. Yeah, I'm
100%.
convinced.
And that's from AI as well.
Well,
But
yeah,
that's
no,
AI. I mean,
AI won't lie.
I believe hard facts personally. I'll believe it when I see it. If they start scuttling about on the ceiling and they start doing that little tongue,
I don't think you know
licking
much
stuff.
about
Gathering out
crocodiles.
on the ceiling. I don't think you got to worry about that.
Yeah, watch some Attenborough first. That's a different kind of
Here
lizard.
we have it.
That would be like a gecko, right?
Yeah, so and here we have it, King Charles,
still part of the
in his
reptilian
natural
family, isn't it?
habitat,
You're right.
climbing on a ceiling.
Yes, I often like to climb on ceilings because I love ceilings.
I just think,
house.
personally, of all things that can be
Rothschilds.
true, that can't be. Rothschilds, as we all know, Rothschild, weren't they the creation of banks? Money controls the world. Money didn't exist at first. People, they developed in settlements by trading goods for goods. Like, hey, I'll give you a pig, you give me your sheep. Voila,
A
trade-off.
pig's not worth a whole sheep.
I think it is.
Pigs aren't even got fucking
What am I
wool
going
on
to do
them.
with a sheep?
A
Okay,
sheep's- a
maybe
sheep-
keep.
a sheep's
Yeah,
got
so
wool and meat.
I literally have a year's worth of quilt, and all you're going to do is get some bacon and
Yeah,
sausages.
exactly. And no, you have no coat left afterwards. So I want 2 pigs for my sheep.
2 pigs.
2 pigs for a sheep.
Okay, you can have 2 pigs, but you got to throw in a goat.
Oh, that's another one that you can use the skin of. God's sake.
Why?
Like,
Who uses
a
goat
goat.
skin?
Okay, well you have to give me 2 pigs and a chicken for my sheep
A
and a goat.
chicken.
Yeah,
No,
2 pigs
because
and a
you're gonna
chicken.
lay an egg, and then the next thing you know, you got 100 chickens.
I like
and-
eggs.
Okay,
That's
Then
what
we
we
got a
did.
deal.
That's how it used to
That's-
work before money.
that's
right?
how it was. That's how it was.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's a nightmare. Fucking nightmare. It's just,
it makes more sense.
I don't know if
Now-
it does, mate.
now-
Can you imagine
but
that?
no,
You
yeah,
go down the
now-
shops and
now
you're like,
you-
get some fucking rice, and you come back with fucking rice, chicken, 3 goats, a fucking turnip, but you have to give your sister to a man. And you think, well, that's
Okay.
just the way the deal
That
went.
is a
You know
lot
what I mean?
cheaper than walking down to the shop and paying £1.50 for a Freddo.
So that's how much they can't be £1.50.
Yeah, they are. They're doing 4 packs of the Freddos at the minute for £1.65 in Asda.
What the fuck?
Yes.
This country's broken. Everyone.
No, not Asda, Tesco, sorry, but still.
What is that with club card or without?
Without, but they didn't even give you the option for the club card on it.
No option for the club card.
No.
Actually, no, the club card is a ridiculous one as well.
Oh,
Anyway.
fell off.
That's a conspiracy in itself. The club card. Oh,
No,
I
the
fell off
club
too.
card, yeah, the one they
You know.
literally stuff down your throats like the.
It-
Basically, every time you go in there, they force you at gunpoint to get the club card.
I don't know if they force you at gunpoint. I don't know if there's much proof to that, but I tell you one thing: what they go in there, they find like the Pringles, right? They're like, these Pringles are usually £2.50. What we're
Well,
gonna do is
Put them up to £3.80.
we're gonna put them out to £3.80, and then next week we're gonna put back down to £2.50 and say club card.
Yeah, no, they do that.
And us suckers, we're gonna walk through and go, ooh, they were
club cards are worth it, aren't
£3.80
they?
yesterday.
Well,
I'm
it's
gonna
like,
grab one of them.
A lot of soup stores and that, they when they do their pricing and that, you notice how a lot of them, they always do it at like 1.98 or it's never like 2 zeros, like straight £2 or
Yeah,
something.
but it's the mindset, isn't it? Because if
it's
it's £2, you think I ain't paying that, but it's like
but-
£1.99. You're like, yes, baby.
Yeah, you're thinking you're getting a bargain. It's it's tricking the brain. It's smart.
I don't
because
understand
people do
garages.
generally fall for it.
The
don't
one thing is,
understand
we know about
garages.
it, but we still fall for it.
How do garages work when it's like £1.27.6 pence for a litre? I think, well, I put 1 litre in. How do I pay you? Do you know what I mean?
I think you just don't. That's enough to get to the next pump.
£1, like the prices on the board, like the 0.6 of a pence. Like, what's the point in that?
I don't know why you're complaining about fuel. Anyway, you're from Newcastle.
Yeah, I know.
You can get a full tank on 20 quid.
Pretty much.
Like you come down to Cambridge, and 20 quid is not even gonna get over the 2 bars.
Well, you should burn the petrol station down and have a riot. They'll be scared of you then, and they'll not rip you off anymore.
I don't know. I think after I get out of prison, I think everything will be electric by then.
But there you go. You have to buy any
It
petrol
would
at
have
all.
been a wasted venture.
Yeah, probably. What do you think of? All right, what do you think of the push for electric cars? Is that a conspiracy?
I mean, well,
Do you think
we
this-
covered
this- the
this?
whole-
We covered this on our last podcast.
Do you think the reason for it is real? Like, is it actually global warming, or is it fake?
Well, at the minute, it's not going in the best interest of electric cars. I mean, you see all these Teslas at the minute that are just random times just going up in flames because of issues with like the electric circuits in it or something. But whether or
you
not,
pay for?
yeah, but whether or not it's an actual conspiracy theory, I mean, has anyone said anything about it?
Well, no, I've never been able to be friends with anyone that could afford a Tesla. I mean, that is definitely a different class to me. Us working class, we don't have Teslas.
No, we have little e-scooters.
Which are, the e-scooters are illegal, and a lot of except for the ones that are part of like the council or government contracts.
There was four
they're
lads
actually
doing
confiscated.
wheelies. There was 4 lads doing wheelies down the street on like petrol dirt bikes with no number plates on. I think e-scooters are pretty low down on the priorities for Northumbria Police. I think.
Northumbria.
Yeah, that's where I live. There's Northumbria Police for Tyneside.
No, I mean,
So
yeah, unless
they've got bigger fish to fry than people on e-scooters. But I say they get away with an e-scooter up here because they're too busy. But they don't even chase the people on dirt bikes anymore. It's ridiculous, man.
No, they just, well, what they've lately been doing, like with the moped thieves and that, they've just been ramming them off, haven't they?
yeah.
Like they've been given the authorization to do it, and honestly, it's fucking brilliant.
But
It's only kill someone and then they're banned from doing it again.
Yeah, but obviously the person should think twice before, stealing
E-bikes.
it on such a stupid vehicle.
People like riding around on the e-bikes in London and shit like that. It's always London, isn't it? Full of fucking idiots.
Yeah. Like there's actually, they've got signs up I don't know where it is in London, where it says keep your like there's like signs across the floor that says keep away from this sign if you want to keep your phone. So like bike thieves operate in this area, and I'm just right. So bike thieves operate in this area. So your plan is just to stick some sellotape down and
Put a sign up.
basically, yeah,
Yeah. I've got this covered,
it's,
lads. We'll put a sign up. That'll get it.
yeah.
That's it. There's just so we don't digress too much. I know
But
we
no, you
come
know
off
what
on
they're
the.
doing at the minute? They're getting.
Who, the Rothschilds?
What has all this got to do with the Rothschilds while we're at it?
This is how it was spiraled off at the minute. I don't know.
Well, Rothschild is the root of all evil.
Are they, though? Is it?
Uh,
Are they
have
actually
they
bad
changed
people?
society? Are they,
I know they made a lot of medicine out of oil, which is probably going to cause more harm than good. Like that's something that's modern medicine's mostly based on chemicals, right? Like on petrol, basically petroleum chemicals, stuff that comes from oil. So they got rid of the old medical system and put in this instead because it could be an absolute racket,
Yeah.
But they have done some absolutely wonderful things with medicine, even with that weirdness going on. So I don't know, man. You can't know because you don't know. You can't see the alternative. You don't know how good it was the other way around. Can you imagine if you had like an absolutely awful chest infection, and the solution that the doctors would be to put some garlic on your chest, some rosemary by the fucking lintel on your window at night. You know what I mean? And an onion in your sock.
Why would they put an onion in my sock?
It pulls all the badness out of your body, on the sole of your foot. Sorry, I'm going on. It's true. It does work. It doesn't work as well as a fucking bottle of amoxicillin. You know what I mean? But
Why can't they just go back to leeches? Leeches work.
leeches, they'll work on your blood. I mean, they'll take some of the blood out of your body so that you can make new blood and therefore remove the poison. But you'd need how many leeches to take out a massive amount of blood? You know what I mean? They used to do bloodletting. That was one of the things that was old medicine. They would cut your wrist and let it drain off into a bowl. But they would only take a pint or two. Do you know what I mean?
Only a pint.
Yeah, because obviously they realised that if you take much more than that, you're dead. Technical stuff. Used to do bloodletting. That was an old cure for stuff, and then your body would produce new blood, which didn't have an infection in it. You'd see an improvement. Try and recover that way. So that was a thing. What else did the Rothschilds do? Apart from that, I don't know about their bank and stuff, I've got to be honest.
Yeah, no, I will. So I remember hearing stories regarding the whole creating on the banks. So all I can say is like from a historical and economic standpoint, the family's actions are often used as a mix of pioneering business and calculated self-interest. They were instrumental in developing modern international finance, providing crucial loans that funded wars and large-scale infrastructure projects. This role made them incredibly wealthy and influential, but it also made them a target. Critics would point to their involvement in financing conflicts as profiting from human suffering, while supporters would argue they were simply providing a necessary service in a time of great need. So what that's saying is that they were pretty much providing funds for both sides of a war.
Yeah, that does sound a bit Jewish, that.
But just to profit from it. So that if that's not,
A lot of countries done that during the World Wars.
oh my god, I'm 3 seconds in. 3 seconds in.
A lot of the
1 second in.
a lot of the accusations against the Jews from people across history is the whole money lending at great interest rates did nothing but cripple economies and therefore left them enriched and whole countries and nations on their knees. And all the Jews or Jewish groups or Jewish businesses or Jewish parts of the community did was monopolize on that, whereas an integrated and a part of the community that considered itself a part of the country it was in wouldn't prey upon its host country quite so opportunistically. So there's probably some method in it, but one can also say that they're just extremely good business people. These guys. I mean, the Rothschilds have become legends, like literally, haven't they? By just doing the smart thing when everyone else was stupid. You know.
Well, as
Are
you
we
can, you
blaming
probably
them for being smart, or are we blaming everybody else for being
well,
bloody
it's
stupid?
the target is mostly on the fact they're Jewish. So the vast majority of the Rothschild facts that portray them as bad are rooted to anti-Semitic. There we are. Keyword is the word of the day.
There you go, mate.
Anti-Semitic
Well, there you go.
conspiracy theories.
It's absolutely
Yeah,
true.
their
Then I know
immense
it's true
wealth
now.
and Jewish heritage made them a convenient target for propaganda in the 19th and 20th centuries.
There you go.
The narrative of a small group of Jewish bankers secretly controlling the world's wealth and government is a classic anti-Semitic trope.
Well, there we go then. So the defense
Don't
is that's
target.
anti-Semitic, so you're not allowed to say it. So therefore we know it's
Shut
fucking
that
true.
out. What's
We
that?
know it's true.
Second theory of tonight is anti-Semitic.
Okay, well that's like a red flag. I'm spotting this red flag a lot. All right, you're probably onto something with the Rothschild man. I mean, to be honest with you, they have. I just feel like maybe they're a bit old school. I can imagine they're not the people playing the games these days. You know, there must be other people out there, BlackRock and all that sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Completely. Although, yeah. Apparently, the British
Did
Empire
anyone?
set up a load of corporations, and those corporations are the ones that own the likes of BlackRock and the other thing.
What happens?
Yeah, the British Empire never really lost its power; it just changed its face, sort of thing.
But has anyone watched the news recently? Vladimir Putin and President Trump met
DJT.
in the USA. There was a clip online where, as they were walking, the American bombers flew past, and Putin was just staring at them in MD, like, oh my god. Like,
He's probably just thinking it's cool, isn't he? Thinking, oh, that's cool.
yeah. And then Putin was like, see you again in Moscow. And Trump was like, oh, I'm not sure about that. But while we're on the subject of Putin, and one of the conspiracy theories that I have heavily gone into is, has Putin got stunt doubles?
Stunt doubles? Or do you
So
mean
some
like
say-
decoys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
some say Putin's actually either deceased or incredibly ill, so he can't make any of these
Oh.
president meetings and stuff like that. And so he sends other people
Oh no, I'm gonna get wet.
that look like him in his stead in order to keep up appearances.
But he couldn't
And-
do a negotiation like that, surely. I think that's Western propaganda to say that Putin's ill or dead or dying because they're just trying to destroy his tough man image and his Iron Man image. You know what I mean? If they're trying to
I don't know.
undermine him, that just sounds
I
like a
don't-
psyop to me. That sounds like something
I
we
don't-
would do.
I don't know. Okay.
Oh, how do you do that?
But if you watch different videos of Putin, some of them he does look different.
Okay.
There's a slight, even if it's like the eyebrow shape is different. I mean, he could have had his eyebrows plucked before he met the president, but a man like Putin gets his eyebrows plucked? I don't think so.
That could be a conspiracy theory in itself, that, couldn't it? Putin is...
Does
Oh.
Putin? Is that the same as
Could be a cross-dresser.
does King Jong Un poo? Does he ever poo?
King
Does he ever poo? That is.
No, it was if he has like a. It is along those lines. But
He doesn't have
it's,
a butthole. He doesn't have a butthole.
No, that's.
What are you talking about?
Like, so there was a statement. I don't know. It's actually a true story. Kim, like, it was put out from North Korea that obviously, because it's all very religious fanatical in a sense, like Kim Jong Un, supreme leader, and all that lot.
What do they think
And
he's
one of the
not human?
stories-
Is that what they're saying?
No,
He's not
well,
human.
they said one of the stories around it is that he doesn't have like a butthole, so he never has to like poo.
Never has to poo.
So they tell the public that in North Korea that Kim
Yeah,
Jong
and they
Un
believe it.
It's
Doesn't
because
have a base.
they see pooing as a weakness,
It's a weakness.
as a vulnerable weakness.
But this is the propaganda that's been spread so wildly out there because Like the people
Yeah.
in, like civilians in North Korea are so
God's sake.
disconnected from like the outside world.
They
And
have. They won the World
They-
Cup twice.
yeah,
Did they?
well, the North
Yeah, yeah.
Korea World Cup. Yeah, but they're so disconnected from the outside world that obviously everything that's said and done by Kim Jong Un or the rest of the North Korean government is straight facts.
It is.
Like
Believe.
there's
I agree. I think you are less of a man if you poo. Is there anything more demasculating than sat on a toilet in that vulnerable?
that's
State.
that's your private time there. That's the way.
Yeah, you know, because that is prime. If you're going to attack someone,
You feel
attack
vulnerable
they're
when
on-
you're pooing.
while they're on a toilet. You are very, because you don't expect anything. It's the best time to attack someone.
Don't you have
So
a
Kim
toilet
Jong-un
knife?
has no weakness, and you know, not even pooing.
I don't know what to say to that.
Disagree.
Well, yep, okay.
And I can assure you that this is not anti-Semitic.
Well, then it's probably, probably a lie then. If he has got a bumhole and he's just
Well,
pretending.
Yeah.
well.
So that's a very stupid way to undermine yourself, though. All you'd have to do to completely destroy his own country's population's faith in him is film him going to the toilet.
Imagine,
He's set himself up for a big fall there. That's a stupid claim to make. I mean, if you're going to make claims, make sure you make one that can't be proven to be complete bollocks.
Here's
Very
one thing.
easily.
So, North Korean state media often creates a mythology around its leaders to portray them as more than human. For example, it was a long-standing piece of propaganda that Kim Jong-un's father, Kim Jong-il,
Kim Jong-il.
Kim Jong-il,
Kim Jong-il.
did not need to urinate or defecate. So this man did not need to wee or poo. Okay. Yeah.
So his son's weaker than his dad because he needs to go for a wee now and then.
He does, yeah. This was part of a broader effort to present the leaders as being so perfect and divine. Apparently, you are a failure if you need to shit. So perfect and divine that they are not subject to normal human bodily functions. It's a way of elevating them to a godlike status in the eyes of the public. So, you know, we have Jesus and we have the, God, and they have, and Greeks
Of all
have
the
their gods.
superpowers,
And North
you can
Korea
give yourself.
has,
Why can't they say he can see through walls or he can fucking fly? Do you know what I mean?
Can we get that? Can we get that as an agenda
No,
for the
but-
Avengers? You
But
got
what they
Captain
come up with
America,
is he
super
doesn't
strength.
need to go for a poo. That's their imagination.
When they're putting together Avengers and they're sitting there going, "You there, sir? What is your power?" And he goes, "Well,
I can't
I
poo.
don't need to go to the toilet." When you say I don't poo, they're gonna go, "What if we give you laxative? Where is it gonna go?"
Love him.
If you give him laxative, where is it gonna? Because pigeons, they don't they the fact that they can't like fart or anything, can't
Do
they?
you know what I didn't understand though? Kim Jong-il died, right? So he's a
Not on the
god.
toilet.
He's a god, but he just died. And his son took
He's,
over. How do they explain that death?
He's a semi-god. In reality, there's significant evidence that Kim Jong-un is very concerned about his bodily functions for security reasons. I told you, he feels going to the toilet puts him in a position of attack.
You're gonna get him do it mid-poo.
I want to know why he's not locking the cubicle.
Oh, he's probably got a gold toilet, is he not? I won't need a toilet. We wouldn't need a gold toilet, would he? Because he doesn't have a bum.
Doesn't have a bum hole. He'd be
That's it.
terrible at being gay, wouldn't he?
That's a big disappointment for any gay
Is he
man. isn't it?
exempt from the Canadian gaydar?
Well, I think the machine would break. It wouldn't be able to compute that, would it? It would be like, nah, this malfunction, smoke coming out of it, all sorts.
Imagine they're like, oh, Kim Jong-un, he doesn't have a bum hole. Is that
No bum hole.
okay then? So, yeah, how did he die? Bowel cancer.
He didn't die. He transformed into a fucking unicorn. And ran up a mountain.
A unicorn that doesn't.
A unicorn that also doesn't have a bumhole.
Doesn't. Yeah. So, so while the North Korean regime may promote the myth that its leader is above such needs, all available evidence and common sense suggest that Kim Jong-un does, in fact, poo. His extreme measures to secure his waste only serve to confirm this. So he has extreme measures to hide his own poo.
Does he bury it?
So like
What does he do?
he lays one in, right, and he calls security, and then they come and then
Someone's
they grab all
put in
of
my
it.
toilet.
Yeah, they grab all of it, and then they like go to bury it, don't they? They fucking catapult it over to South Korea. Don't they? Just get it
Oh,
off my
God.
land.
Remove the royal turd. That's absolutely insane. What a waste of time. Could be doing so much better.
Yeah. But I'm not concerned with the lie. The lie is easy to make up. What I'm concerned is the amount of people that believe it.
Do they believe it, or do they think it's fucking ridiculous? But he's got all the guns.
Good day, because how many people believe in religion?
I just think he's got all the guns, mate, and they'll just stick, nod, and smile. You know. It's just
That one
silly,
guy
innit?
that where it was next to him in a cubicle at like a petrol station, just hearing him poo, and he was held at gunpoint. You see nothing.
He must have been on a trip somewhere. You know what I mean? Where he's had to stop and go for a poo, and they're like, "What's he going in there for?"
Spraying
Or
all
maybe,
that.
maybe that's why he was smarter than his dad. He didn't claim he didn't need a wee. Do you know what I mean? He still goes for wees,
Yeah.
right? His dad didn't go
He
for
does.
wees.
He
But
realised.
Kim Jong-un, I
Yeah,
need an
yeah.
excuse to go to the toilet. I still need a wee,
Yeah.
but you know there will be no poo. That's a stupid thing to say. It's just
Well, we can all say that Kim Jong Un's shit does not stink.
there you are then. All right, so that explains why the Rothschilds are bad.
Well, that wasn't a Rothschild. That was about Putin and
Put in yeah,
his doubles.
putting stunt
Putin
double.
and his
Yeah.
those stunt doubles.
I didn't even know he'd
Which-
been in movies.
It was stunt double. I think that could work. I think that could work. If you find another angry bald fella to step in for you, I think it could work.
Like fucking, what's he called? Who played Grant Mitchell? He could do it.
Oh, Ross Kemp.
Ross Kemp is Vladimir Putin's British cousin, 100%.
He's like, I'm Vladimir Putin, and I'm in the most dangerous place.
100%. Yeah. There's a reason he
Oh.
could go to these places and people would just not kill him because he's fucking
Oh my god.
big
Well, that
lad.
brings me to my conspiracy of the creation of money. We've already covered that by 2% with the Rothschild.
It's definitely easier to buy a pig with money than cheapened goats and everything else.
How much is a pig in today's trade market?
I don't know the answer to that, but a goat will set you back about 40 quid.
How do you know that?
Because I used to have a goat as a child. I used to rent it out to old men.
You used to rent a goat.
Yeah, I used to rent it out to old men. I used to make money.
Can you explain that a little bit more?
No. That's what I
You
did.
can't just end there. You can't say, "Oh, I had a goat and I rented it out to old men."
It's true, I did.
Right,
Yeah.
but where's the context? What, for birthday parties? For
Okay, no,
orgies?
I
What is it for?
Oh, you are sick in the head. No, it's for
I'm
clearing
just
allotments.
covering all bases.
It was for clearing allotments. I used to keep it in my allotment because we had an allotment,
Okay.
and I used to
Yeah,
rent it
yeah.
out for £15 a week to all the old men, and they would tether it up in there. Oh, that's not good. They would tether it up in their allotment for a week at a time and go to eat everything. So when they opened up their allotments at the start of spring, they were all overgrown from the winter, thorns and vines and bushes and all that shit. The goats would eat the lot, just clear it all back, 15 quid. Then I would move it on to the next allotment, and I used to get money for it.
Would a goat get paid?
Well, that's private. Can't tell you that. It's between me and Geraldine.
That's very, very anti-Semitic. Right. One of the other theories. So
Oh,
we all were
can I
told
just
to do
say,
suicide. You can do one. Yeah.
cheese.
Oh, cheese.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yes.
Cheese.
So what we're going to do,
Uh,
flip it out. As time would have it, we're going to cut this episode here, And then we'll fucking start up part 2, and we'll find out
Part 2.
exactly why Putin sells goats to the Rothschilds when we come back. So yeah, thank you everybody, and see you in part 2. Ta-ta.
See you soon.